I first learned about Henry Cowell Redwoods State Park when I was producing a series of DVDs about Roaring Camp in Felton, California. I've always wanted to visit, but didn't get to until recently. Felton is a short drive to where most Bay Area residents call over the hill, and it takes about 30 minutes to get there from San Jose, depending on traffic. There are many old mountain roads that can also be taken if you have time to explore, and all of them offer gorgeous scenery. Henry Cowell Redwoods was created in 1930 as a county park and then expanded in 1954 into a state park. This area was once home to a comfortable and popular resort amidst the redwoods, complete with a train station, hotel, dining hall, cabins, and a dance pavilion. This Big Trees Resort was on the itinerary of practically every touring visitor to the general San Francisco area at the time. Today, ancient giant redwoods, sunny sandhill ridges, the rolling San Lorenzo River, and even an old-fashioned swimming hole can be found in Henry Cowell Redwoods State Park in the Santa Cruz Mountains. The park's historical significance and its spectacular scenery bring visitors from far and wide to enjoy hiking, horseback riding, picnicking, swimming, camping, and fishing on more than 4,650 acres of forested and open land. The Sayante Ohlone people originally lived in this area. They fished the San Lorenzo River for steelhead and salmon and bartered with neighboring Ohlone tribes for acorns, obsidian, and other resources. Henry Cowell Redwoods is located on several former Mexican land grants known as Rancho Rincon, Rancho Sayante, and Rancho Carbonera. The land that made up these ranchos changed hands many times and had a history of logging, tan oak bark harvesting, extracting lime, and even mining for gold. In 1867, Joseph Warren Welch Sr. purchased 350 acres here. Although much of the surrounding land had already been logged, the large tract of old-growth coastal redwoods still stood. The Welch Big Trees Grove became a famous tourist destination after Welch advertised it. Famous people such as Andrew Carnegie and Presidents Benjamin Harrison and Theodore Roosevelt visited. In 1900, Andrew P. Hill photographed The Giant, a redwood tree in the Welch Big Trees Grove, for a British magazine. The landowner objected to the unauthorized pictures and demanded the negatives. Hill angrily refused. Hill resolved that there should be a public park where the trees belonged to everyone. He reported the incident to a journalist named Josephine Clifford McCracken, who followed up with a letter to the Santa Cruz Sentinel urging Californians to save the redwoods. This movement led to the creation of the nearby Big Basin California Redwood Park in 1902, but that's a story for another episode. William and Jenny Jeter, along with their friend Joseph Welch Jr., worked tirelessly to ensure the creation of Santa Cruz County Big Trees Park in 1930. The county managed the park for more than 20 years. It then became part of a new state park in 1954, when Samuel Cowell donated 1,600 adjoining acres on the condition that the combined park be named for his father, Henry Cowell. The Cowell Family Foundation deeded the Fall Creek unit to the state in 1972. Since then, the Save the Redwoods League helped to add more than 800 acres to the park. There's ample opportunity for all skill levels of hiking over the 30 miles of trails the park is home to, from easy to advanced. The park's website provides some excellent information about which hikes to try depending on how much time you have. The park hosts more than 100 campsites as well. The campground entrance is off Graham Hill Road. Reservations are highly recommended between Memorial Day and Labor Day. This campground is closed for the winter. Unlike most parks, this one has a popular swimming hole called the Garden of Eden along the San Lorenzo River. If you plan to go swimming, just know that the closest restrooms are 2 miles away in the visitor area. The shortest hike to the Garden of Eden is from the Oxfire Road trailhead south of the main entrance off Highway 9. If you're going to visit the Garden of Eden for a swim, know and follow the rules. Roaring Camp, a popular tourist railroad, is right next to Henry Cowell Redwoods Park's main entrance. This operation has narrow gauge steam trains that run on site and a standard gauge beach train that runs all the way to the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. It can take as little as 2 to 3 hours if you only want to take a leisurely walk on the Redwood Loop Trail. The park offers enough options to spend the entire day as well. Henry Cowell Redwoods State Park is open daily from sunrise to sunset. The Visitor Center is open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The Mountain Parks Foundation Nature Store is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. There's a day use fee of about $10 for regular vehicles. Bikes, dogs, and horses are allowed on some, but not all of the trails. Check the map ahead of time and be considerate of other visitors by understanding and following the rules. There are no drones, model aircraft, fires, smoking, weapons of any kind, and no touching, taking, or disturbing the plants and animals. It's a good idea to dress in layers and be prepared with sunscreen, a hat, and a water bottle. Rattlesnakes are native to this area and are especially active in warm weather, so keep an eye out for them and keep your distance. They really don't want to have anything to do with you, so if you see one, just leave it alone. Poison oak is very common in this part of the Coast Range. The easiest way to avoid it is by staying on the trails at all times. Ticks are also common, and mountain lions are sometimes seen in the area, so always be aware of your surroundings and don't let small children stray too far. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Bay Area Day Trips. Please subscribe to the channel and, more importantly, share it with your friends on social media. Join us again on the next episode of Bay Area Day Trips.